Hi there, welcome to today's video blog. Today I really want to talk about your photo on LinkedIn. Now you might have your photo on there and perhaps it's you with your family, maybe it's your wedding photo or something like that. But the reality is on LinkedIn is that your photo has a huge impact on how people make decisions about you. And we know that around 90% of a customer decision is made before somebody gets in contact with you. So with your profile and where you've got your photo, what we do know is that you're 7 times more likely to have somebody click on your profile or look at your profile if you have a photo. So if you haven't got one already, it's probably a good idea to get one. But today what I'd like to do is give you your top 10 things that you need to think about when you upload your photo. So my first filter or question to you would be with your photo is does it portray what you're trying to achieve? So I think some photos I see, they're more reflective of where the person is right now or where they've come from in their past. And that means your photo needs to really reflect where you're trying to go in the future. So if you're trying to move into a really senior executive role or you're trying to attract $1 million customer, then your profile photo needs to reflect that. Because your profile is like a mirror and you will get back what you put out. So the first one is that one. The second one is just remember the context of your photo. So just because you're on your profile and you see your photo there up in lights, but the reality is most people see your photo when it comes through their feed. So when they log into LinkedIn and they see what's coming through the feed, your photo is very, very small and it has your name and then the content that you're sharing. So just remember your photo tends to come up quite small. So what that means is you just need to think about how close that shot is to your face. The third thing is no glamour shots. So in that case, nothing too, photoshopped or anything that's, too overly perfect or that you actually don't even look like who you are in real life. So just make sure you haven't got too many glamour shots going on. It needs to feel real and it matches the person who I'm meeting in person, because otherwise it's going to feel a bit weird when I meet you and I don't recognize you. The fourth one is to make sure you look at the camera. So when people are looking at your profile, your eyes when they look at the camera mean that when the person looks at your profile, they feel like you're looking at them. And it creates a really powerful and emotional connection that is going on subconsciously and not really realizing that that's what's happening. So make sure you look at the camera, because a lot of people I notice they kind of do some artistic shots and they look really cool, and they kind of might be looking off into the distance or something like that. Now there might be a reason why you're doing that, and that could be fine, but for most people who are wanting to connect and engage with their customers and create more opportunities to work with those who they want to help, I suggest you want to look at the camera. The next thing, number 5, would be only use props if they are to convey the goal that you're trying to move to. So for example, I recently worked with a client who is a saxophonist. Now, in his photo, he can have a photo of him with his saxophone and playing away. Now, it was in a way that I could still recognize him, I could still see his face, but it was quite clear that with the prop, which was the saxophone, it's quite clear what he does. So just be really intentional with your props. Make sure that they match exactly what you're trying to do, not that they're a hobby that you really enjoy outside of work and doesn't match where you're trying to go. So that's number 5. Number six is make sure you use that photo across all your social media and even Skype. So if you in your business use Skype for a lot of your phone calls or conversations with customers, then make sure that photo is on something like Skype so they can identify you. You match the person that they've met on LinkedIn. So use that same photo on your Twitter, on your Facebook, all those where you have customer connection digitally. It will just keep it nice and consistent and it doesn't confuse people and it reassures them that yes, that's the same person. So number seven is to have your photo from your chest to the top of your head. And the reason being is that it's really too hard to identify you so far away. You know, I should be able to walk through a conference, and if you walked past me and I saw your face, or saw your face walk past me, I should be able to identify that that's your face that matches the feed in my LinkedIn. So it means when I go to an event, ideally I should be able to recognize you. If you say hello to me or I see you, I recognize you to go and say hello. So the problem is when you're further away or they're longer shots, then I can't connect with you, but I also can't necessarily recognize you. So make sure they're nice and close so I can get a good sense of your face. The next one is make sure you smile. So we want to see you've got some teeth, would be good. But the best thing about smiling is that it creates a really powerful connection. It means that there is some warmth and there is access to you. You feel accessible by your customer. So without a photo that has you, not smiling, or maybe, just a really straight face or a stern face, I don't get the sense that, you want to work with me. So your smile will create warmth and a really powerful connection. Number nine is no sunnies. So the problem with sunnies is that I can't see your eyes, and it loses trust with your audience. So when they see your face, it feels like maybe you've got something to hide. So if you have a photo with your sunglasses on, you are going to disassociate or disconnect. You might seem a bit like maybe an undercover private investigator or something like that. But just make sure you don't have anything. If you wear normal glasses, like reading glasses, that's fine to have them on, but sunglasses remove the connection with you. And the very last one is, with your photos, you get what you pay for. So if you're using a selfie or selfie sticks or things like that to create the photo on your LinkedIn, no bathroom selfies is probably another one, but really go and invest in somebody who knows what they're doing. I would recommend connecting with a professional photographer who can advise you on how you look in those photos and advise you based on the goals that you're trying to achieve. Because otherwise, if you use a selfie or your own sort of photos, or you get your neighbour to take it, it's just going to feel, it will devalue who you are, and people make a lot of judgments in a photo very quickly, and those judgments aren't necessarily true. We all know that you are amazing at what you do. We know that you have the ability to help those people who you're trying to help, but that customer will make a decision about you in that photo. So from today, if you can go and perhaps have a look at your photo, run through those top 10 filters or questions with your photo, or perhaps if you're looking at a new one, look at those top 10 tips to be able to make a decision about the photo for you. So I hope that's been helpful. I really look forward to seeing you on the next video blog. If you would like more information, or you would like to learn a bit more about LinkedIn, you're very welcome to go and order my book, which is called Connect: How to Leverage Your LinkedIn Profile in Less than 7 minutes a day, and you'll see the link there. So I look forward to seeing you next time.